Hey YouTube, it's Slip On Queen here. Just want to come here today and I wanted to announce my Project Pan finale. So, as you all know, if you've been following my channel and following me on my Project Pan journey, I started my Project Pan December 29th of 2016. And I decided to use these products all the way until the middle of January of 2018. So I'm really excited to be able to share this with you guys because I wanted to give myself just a little bit more time, even if it was into the new year, to see how far I really could get on these palettes. So let's get started. I'm going to share this awesome progress I've made on these palettes with you guys. So like I've mentioned before in my updates for my Project Pan, I started off originally wanting to pan my Urban Decay Vice 3 palette, which looks like this. It's very reflective, so I'm trying not to blind you. And it was a palette that my cousin had gave me. She had used, you know, quite a few shadows out of it. And she was like, you know, I don't need it anymore. If you want it, you can have it. I'm just going to toss it. So I ended up taking it from her and got really excited because I've never had a Vice 3 palette before or hardly any Urban Decay palette. So I was like, let's go for it. Let's try it. And then I got excited and I was like, you know, I want to use this palette up. So I decided to use this one as my Project Pan. And so in this palette you have a lot of neutrals, a lot of light shades, you have a lot of dark shades, and you can really do some really bold eye looks with this. So I started with this palette, and if you want to watch the beginning of my journey, I will link that video in an iCard above. But I was really like kind of nervous when I started the project because I was excited but nervous too because there were so many dark shades and stuff that I just didn't feel very confident in using. You know, it was one of the things I had to step out of my comfort zone and actually just go for it. But at first I was really nervous about it, so I just mainly went with the lighter shades, and I pretty much, like halfway through my, I think maybe it was like 4 or 5 months in, I used all of my light shades up. All my neutral shades, all the ones I felt comfortable using, and I left all the dark shades off to the side. Like, I don't know what I was thinking when I did that, but it really messed up my Project Pan at first. I was like, oh gosh, what am I going to do now? I can't just do everyday, like, bold eye looks, you know, because I didn't feel comfortable doing that. So I had to go through my collection and try to find another palette that I was willing to pan and try to move out of my collection. So I started looking through, and I was looking at which was the oldest one I had, and I come across my Naked Urban Decay Basics palette. This is the oldest palette in my collection. So I was like, let's just see what I can do with this. And when I opened it up and got familiar with the shades again, I realized it was all neutrals, and it was like my everyday eye look that I had been comfortable with in the beginning of using my Vice 3. So I decided to just add these two together and be creative, right? So I started to step out of my comfort zone probably halfway through my Project Pan and start adding in a little bit of darker shades each day, and just to do a little neutral colors with it as well, just till I felt comfortable with it. And then towards the end I started to really narrow it back down to just the darker shades again. So I had to get really creative these last few months, but I've actually learned a lot doing this project. I'm really excited that I did it this year. I can't believe I made it a whole year without getting completely frustrated with it. But I'm just excited, and I cannot wait to share my progress with you guys because I did not complete everything. I will go ahead and let you guys know that. But what I did is, it wasn't just to complete everything like in the beginning. That's what my mindset was, but the further I got into the actual Project Pan, I realized it's just showing me that I can use product up. It doesn't have to sit there on a shelf and collect dust. It can be used, and I can get creative. So it's like, it really helped me more than anything. But let's just share what I've done. I know I keep rambling, but I'm just excited for this. I can't believe it's been a year, and I'm just excited to share this with you guys. Okay, so like I said, I didn't complete everything in this Project Pan, but I did want to show you what progress I did make. So I will link in an iCard above, I will link the intro video so you can see how far I've came, like, on all my palettes. Let's just get started. Okay, so my Vice 3 palette, and And if you've seen the last update video from last month, I think I did a quick update last month, I think it was. I will link that in a video card somewhere. Maybe it'll be the next one I link up here. You'll see how far I've came because I have worked my tail off. And so giving myself the extra 15 days into the new month, I was like, I'm going to work really hard on this. So this is my palette now. And like I said, I didn't complete everything, but I have pan showing in 4 shadows. Oh wait, 5 shadows because I have this one over here. I have 5 shadows in there with pan showing. And then up here I have Revolver. And Revolver was never one I wanted to complete because it's a black shade and it's really hard to use black shades up. I have noticed since doing this Project Pan. But I had a black shade in this Urban Decay Basics palette called Crave. And I felt more comfortable using that black shade than that one for some reason. I don't know. So I just started using the Crave one. And I could not believe how far I've came with this. Like, this may not look like a lot to you guys, but that was something big for me because I'd never done a palette that huge before and used for a whole straight year. But that was my progress in my Vice 3. And then onto my Naked Urban Decay Basics. This is what really made me excited. This wasn't even a palette I was going to pan. This was just a thing to add in to help use lighter shades and just to combine with the Vice palette. And I ended up completing this palette. I could not believe it, guys. So that's what it looks like on the outside. And on the inside, guys, oh my gosh, I squealed when I used the last of Crave the other day. Look, it's done. I cannot believe I completed it and done it. Oh my gosh, like, it was something else. This was my oldest palette in my collection, and now it is gone. So it was my first palette, and it's the first one to go out. So I just think that's awesome. But like I said in a previous update before, I do plan on putting this back in my collection and then just kind of dabbling with it here and there until I've used it up completely. It's just, I'm kind of done with it for right now, and I'm just going to kind of lay off to the side and then come back to it when I need these shades. But that is my Project Pan finale. I did want to mention, because in my introduction video to this Project Pan, I had a lot of products that I wanted to use up along with the palettes, but over time I got to where, you know, I'm just mainly focusing on the palettes, so I just kind of let that go. But I was using my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind eraser for dark circles, and I completed that up the other day. I was so excited. This is not hard to complete, guys, because this is one of these products that you just keep using and using and using, and it goes quickly if you use it every day. So it's gone, completed, dried out. So I finally get to toss this. And I did have this in my, I did have a few blushes when I first started, and I did end up finishing a few. But then I started working on this Rimmel highlighter, contour, and blush kit. And I will say, this is as far as I got. I didn't use the bronzer in this, but I did almost hit pan on the highlighter, and I did hit pan on the blush. So I was really excited for that because this is a great, inexpensive kit. I really love this. Got it from Walgreens on sale. And then I had this as my highlighter for a while. This was just a sample I got from, I think, one of my Ipsy bags. And this is, I think it's called Sin from Urban Decay. I used this like crazy, and then I was like, you know what? I want to start dabbling and using different ones. So I kind of laid that one off to the side for a while. And I started using my Physician Formula Butter Highlighter that I got, I don't know, a couple months ago. And I really love this. This is in Champagne. And I've made a good dent in it, but oh my gosh, guys, I love this. It's just so beautiful. So I've been using this one as well, and I love it. Mascara wise, I went through a different, I went through a L'Oreal Miss Manga. I went through a few Maybelline Great Lash. I went through quite a bit of mascara throughout the year, but this one is almost completed, and I wanted to go ahead and mention it to you guys. It's one of my favorites I've come across lately. This is the Maybelline, the Falsies Volume Express. I love this. This is one that I got on a really good deal with coupons, and I was like, you know, I'm going to use this, and now it's almost done, and I've loved this mascara. It's fantastic. And I also was trying to pan my Shimmer Brick in Radiant from Makeup Revolution. I got this from Ulta, I want to say it was 2016. And then when I started my project, I was like, I'm going to pan this. And that's as far as I got in a whole year, guys. That's how much product's in that. I use that every day. Like, how crazy is that? I was almost done with it, just a little bit on the sides. But so excited for this. I love this product, and it was only $7 at Ulta. It was amazing. And now I've decided to start using my Tarte blush because I've been just dabbling with this lately. And this is one in Partey. And as you can tell, I've got a good dip in the center of it now. I really like this. I didn't like it when I first got it, and now I'm in love with it. And I'm also using the bronzer from Too Faced. It's Chocolate Soleil. And you can't tell I've used it, but I have. I've been using it. This thing lasts forever, the sample size does. And I also wanted to mention one of the products that I have been working on. And this is my e.l.f. Color Correcting Cool Palette. And I have hit pan on that. And I've got a good dent. I don't know if you can tell by looking at the product, but I've got a huge dent in this, plus pan showing. This is great. This is $4 on the e.l.f. website, and it's fantastic. I love this. I did use a whole concealer up. This is another one that it has a backup of. The Neutrogena Skin Clearing Concealer. I already used one of these completely up, and I have repurchased. And I almost completed the Liquid Kohl Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. I got this about halfway through my project pan in an Ipsy bag, and I have fallen in love with this, and I've used it every day since. And this is from Seraphine Botanicals. I love this, but it's almost dry completely out, so I was excited to use that up. And that's really only products that I have been really using a lot. But I wanted to get on here today, share this with you guys. I was super excited to be able to get on here and share my finale with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I just wanted to get on here and tell you what I thought about the project and how the project went. And I hope you have a blessed day. Thanks. Bye.